Hello, 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 everyone. Lichter here on this Monday morning, or Monday afternoon, actually, for me. Uh, we got another siege battle for you. One of my own, of course, naturally. Um, and it's on the settlement of Hadesht. Hadesht? It doesn't really it doesn't matter what the name of the settlement is because it's this settlement. The settlement, like all Rome 2 settlements, that goes by many names. Because, let's face it, Rome 2 cities are more generic than white bread. So, this, I don't know if I'm going to have to start a series of things not to do in Rome 2 siege battles, one of which is all three of you should not attack the same, especially here. You just all right. Well, you'll see. We'll get into this. Let's get into the players and then the army comps, and then of course the fight itself. So, starting with the defenders, we have myself as Tylus, who I have never played as before, and I thought, you know what, the tribal warriors are supposed to be pretty nasty, so let's go for it. Brizorg as Boyai, and Sledge as Pontus, who is back over here. Then we have the attackers. We have King Lenart. Lenart? Yeah, it's King Lenart as Athens. Oh man. On your Demetrius 94 as Cush, and Cius O'Briel as Epirus. Um, so, before we start, actually, let's get into the army comps real quick. I brought with me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Celtic warriors, right? Yep, 5 Celtic warriors. 4 of the Celtic slingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tribal warriors. And then back here I have 4 Oathsworn. Boyai has brought with him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sword followers. 1, 2, 3, 4 Celtic warriors. Looks like 2 Oathsworn, include 3, including his general, and then 3 of the Celtic bowmen. Pontus has brought with him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pontic swords. It looks like, and 1, 2, 3, 4 mercenary Celtic warriors, and then a unit of hoplites, and I almost was positive that he brought pikes with him as well. Oh, over here. There we go. Bronze shield pikemen, and then he has 1, 2, 3, 4 Eastern archers, along with 1, 2, 3, 4 Pontic royal cav, one of which being his general. The attackers. Epirus has brought with him 1, 2, 3 Thurio spears, right? Yep, 2 pikemen, 1, 2 mercenary Samnites, 2 Cretans, although there might be 2 more laying around somewhere. I don't remember exactly. 2 Greek giant ballistas, 2 mercenary Etruscan, 3 mercenary Etruscan hoplites, mercenary Italian spearmint, Jesus Christ, holy crap, mercenary Italian spearmen, Sally sells, she sells by the seashore, holy shit, and 3 mercenary Italian swordsmen, including 2 mercenary Italian swordsmen and 1 unit of royal peltists. General unit being the Hellenic Cav. Cush is brought with him, from what we can see. Leopard warriors, 2 Cushites, 2 Cushite slave infantry, 1 slave infantry, 1, 2, 3, 4 armored Shota warriors, another leopard warrior, and then, he has shit over here. I don't remember, but we'll find out soon enough. Athens has brought with him a Greek giant ballista, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thorax swords, 2 Thorio spears, unit of picked hoplites, and then his general unit. They're probably hiding over here or something. Before I start this, Epirus was over here, and then last minute before the battle started, he shifted everything over here. Don't do that. That's a no-no. It's bad form. I mean, granted, he didn't shift his units all the way over onto the opposite side of the map, but still. He kind of caught Pontus with his pants down. We expected him to take the long road over to here, and that's not what happened. Instead, all 3 attackers, we'll start this actually, came over here, and it became a clusterfuck. So I put down these deployables. I did this because, well, I expected this to be, again, a clusterfuck, and I didn't want it to be as such, so that's why I did it. Now, here we go. Let's see, what do we got? Royal Kushite Archers, Royal Kushite Archers, Royal Kushite Archers. Got Mercenary Cretans, just regular archers. It definitely has 2 more Mercenary Cretans, or yeah, 2 more. Looks like Kush only has the 3. And this is what you got to worry about when you're defending over here, is this hill. Because they'll set their archers up, and then they'll just and that's what the arrows actually sound like when they're leaving the bow. So I have my wall artillery over here, again, because I thought that Epirus was going to come around this way, and I was like, oh, that'll be great target practice. But that's not what happened. So you'll see in a minute, I start to turn this around and take pot shots off at these archers over here. They, of course, are trying to get rid of Boyai's ballista. So now you'll probably start seeing me firing. This, unfortunately, when you're auto-firing, it's a tough angle to actually get. So, I mean, I managed to only get a couple of good shots off, but you can see it's just, you know, what am I firing at, essentially. Now, the attackers are moving up all of their siege equipment. They made a mistake here. I don't know what happened between the attackers. There was a mild amount of toxicity, unfortunately. They should have let Epirus move forward with his siege towers in this instance, especially because if you're going to take the walls here, you only have 4 choices to get down, and then if you come over here, you can't cut through here, which honestly, in my opinion, is stupid. It's like, why can't your troops should be able to filter through this? There's no reason why that shouldn't be a thing, right? But if you come off the walls here, or if you knock the wall down over here, this is the only way that you can go. And same over here, can't go through there, and then you're stuck going these 2 ways. So now I have my slingers going after his Royal Kushite archers. I think in actuality, they had auto fire on by accident. Always make sure to keep your auto fire off. Oh, I'm sorry. Today's a holiday for us on Monday, and I didn't know that, and I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and got ready for work and drove the half hour into my job and then sat around for a half hour, or an hour rather, waiting for my coworkers to come in, and nobody showed up. And then I realized that today was a holiday, so it was very cool. So over here, looks like Pontus did a great job of getting rid of Athens's ballista. Same with Epirus's as well. Over here you can see more of the armored Shotel warriors from Kush. Epirus still firing in. Looks like he's trying to take out the ballista over here. Boyai's ballista, unfortunately, has been burned down. Back over here, Pontus came out, managed to catch these archers off guard, and they eventually rout them off the field of battle. And they're going to start charging up to catch the rest of these archers. Unfortunately, here we go. 2 units of pikemen And then Hippeus Lancers and Citizen Cav are going to come out and protect the rest of these archers. You also see some picked hoplites come out soon as well. So unfortunately, this is as most as what Pontus is going to be able to do with his Cav. Except for just kind of be sort of an eyesore and just something for the attackers to remember in the back of their minds. But unfortunately, the attackers are going to pretty much command this hill. Oh, I'm sorry. For the rest of the game. So back over here, I brought these Celtic warriors because they have low armor. And I brought them because of the armored Shota warriors. And I think in hindsight, that's why Pontus brought so many mercenary Celtics with him, and that's why Boyai brought mercenary or regular, Celtic warriors with him as well. So now I'm just trying to get my guys up on the wall. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have put these stakes here, so I could have gotten them up on the wall easier, or they should have just been on the wall. So Athens is still moving forward his stuff. Epirus is just in what seems like a bombardment phase. He's moving forward some of his units. I think he grabs... No, he doesn't grab the ram. That's Kush is still moving forward. But yeah, they the Athens and Kush were kind of upset with Epirus. Calling him a noob, which, by the way, that his army, I mean, granted, again, he moved it, but, he didn't really support them that much. I mean, he could have been moving forward his tortoises, and then wherever the towers landed, wherever there was an open spot, he could have dropped off the tortoise. So, just trying to deal with the Kushite slave infantry, the armored Shota warriors. Kush also has a bunch of disciples of Epidemic. He has 3 of them, I believe, which is a scary unit. They have like no armor, but I mean 60 melee attack, and their melee defense is pretty good too. They just disappeared. Let's see if I can't find another one. Yeah, they'll be coming. There we go. What's their melee defense? 67. So yeah. So they are a scary unit, and they also scare enemy units on the battlefield. So I mean, look at this. They've just kind of set up shop over here. Granted, this is a great move by the Athens player. I gotta give it to him. And he's just gonna fire down on our units, whether they're on the walls or just standing around out here. It really gives us a run for our money. Over on my side, I'm just trying to hold up Kush as much as I possibly can while letting my slingers harass the units as much as I possibly can. Really trying to get rid of their armored Shota warriors. They're going to end up being the biggest problem. And I mean, this is just a problem entirely. 2 picked hoplites. You can retreat everything else. Looks like they managed to get in. Looks like he might have been going for a charge on the general and the citizen Cav, but yeah, that was a YOLO moment for sure. Let's see, what's this general over here? Kushite Rural Guard, Cav, Kushite Rural Guard, Cav, and then 2 mercenary Cretans. So managed to, it looks like, yeah, he gets rid of one of the Kushite Rural Guard, so that's definitely helpful. But then, again, he can't do anything here, and we're just gonna keep getting shot. So I have to retreat my slingers. I actually bring them all the way back over here because I figure, you know what, I'm not really getting shot up over here. They're going to be more useful over here anyway. So now I'm just wailing away with my slingers and my tribal warriors and Celtic warriors trying to deal with these guys. And now the 2 units of Disciples of Epidmac are up on the walls. I'm trying to focus them down. I'm going for the Armored Shotel warriors at first, but then I notice that these guys are up here. See, frightened by the enemy unit. That's no good. Got these Celtic warriors up here taking on the Thorax swords. It's going to be a losing fight in the long run. I don't know what the... Or no, it's the Thorax firing. So it looks like the sword followers are throwing their jabs up in the backs of the Thorax swordsmen. That's good to help. I'm going to send up my tribal warriors to try and deal with these guys. But again, they're getting shot in the back from Athens' archers, which is just god-awful. I mean, we allowed them to take this hill. I mean, not that we allowed them to, but they went and took it as quickly as possible. Epirus is still just kind of hanging back. Starting to move forward. Looks like my Oathsworn. Pontus is starting to pull back his archers. And at one point soon you'll see my units start to fall back completely because I felt like that we didn't have this. And that our best bet was to fall back into choke points. Because, I mean, we have fresh troops here, 2 Bronze Shield pikemen. But my allies reassured me that we could win this. So, I ended up pulling them back. But we'll get to that moment. Tribal warriors still getting in the back of these Disciples of Epidmac while they're dealing with 3 units of Celtic warriors. Celtic warriors aren't too bad. Let's see, 27 melee attack, 40 weapon damage, 50 melee defense, and 45 armor. Not a great charge bonus, though. So, yeah. So now we have 3 ranged units firing down. I got my other slingers over here finally. 2 units of tribal warriors up here trying to deal with the Disciples of Epidmac and 2 units of Thorax swords while they're getting shot in the back. And it really seemed like throughout this entire game that Athens just had just so much ammo. Like he had some type of an ammo glitch or something. I know that's not the case, but that's what it felt like. Still Epirus just hanging out, not really doing anything. Looks like his artillery still has shots, so he could shoot, he could fire. You know, try and let's see, does he have an angle? Yeah, I would say that he does have an angle. Although maybe it's not great on this. He definitely has an angle here. He should be firing. Whatever ammo he has left, he should be using. So now it looks like Epirus has finally moved up one of his siege tortoises, and he's going to try and start knocking down this wall. Which, if you'd noticed, Kush just like mashed his units over because he's afraid of getting them knocked down. Try and coordinate with your teammates, please. Don't just... Oh, man. I charged in my slingers because they were out of ammo. Ah, the one's got 112. Not bad. And I remember this. I was just like, yes. Yes. Kill some of these troops. Now we got the Oathsworn over here. But even still, I mean, he punched a hole through, but he's still not moving up any of his troops. Kush is almost spent. He only really has 3 units of armored Shoto warriors left. My Celtic warriors are up on the wall are more or less gone. This unit of tribal warriors, they hold on for a while. I'll say that much. Over here looks like what's Athens doing? They're just shifting around troops to try and get better angles. Still got troops back here. Reality, they should have just had them all up here. You know, probably like back around in this area, so we could have jockeyed them around as need be. And here, this is where I'm just like, fuck. Because they broke down this wall. And then I thought that they were just all, like, Epirus is just going to mad dash, try and get in here as quickly as possible. That's what I thought was going to happen. And it didn't. You know? It would have... It would have been better if he had. Over here, looks like Pontus tried to catch Athens off guard. Looks like he did, too. He got 10 kills out of this pikeman unit, so that's not bad. And he's going to lose some of his Royal Cav, unfortunately. I mean, if Kush had been paying attention, he could have charged his 2 Cav units back and caught them. And then probably gotten rid of the Pontus general. That would have been a big blow. So as you can see, my units are falling back. I say to my teammates, like, I think we should fall back. It's probably our best bet. And then one of them or both of them are just like, nah, fuck that. We got this. And I was like, okay. And then I start pulling them back. Or pushing them forward, I should say. So I'm just charging my slingers here to try and keep the Royal Peltists, or just slow them down at least. Back over here, these tribal warriors. Ooh, sorry. Still going strong, starting to rout though. These guys over here, still just fucking plugging along. I gotta admit, these guys, these tribal warriors are really, really awesome. They're a great unit. I mean, they're good, like, all-arounders, you know? Melee attack's not great, but their melee defense and armor is really what makes them great for, in my opinion at least, like, good for defense. Actually, I might, after I do this, I'm probably I'm gonna compare them to Galatian swords, actually, because Galatian swords are also, like, good all-arounders. They're better than thorax swordsmen, actually, because I'm pretty sure they have 40 weapon damage. And I think their armor and melee defense is better as well. So Athens is doing I don't know what. Getting a Stereo Spear unit up over here to deal with these Pontic swordsmen, but I mean, good old CA. They all ran, half of them ran into this corner over here while the rest ran up top. Kush is starting to filter out his Leopard Warriors. They've charged in their Thurio Spears in a rather odd formation. I don't know why, but hey, to each their own. Tribal Warriors up to 102 kills. Pontic Swordsman gonna come up here, looks like, gonna take on these Disciples of Piedmonic. Thorax Swords. Royal Cav still just hanging out. And now I'm gonna bring back my units. And I had said, I was like, yeah, you know, like, okay, sure, we can definitely hold this. Just you guys got to bring forward. You got to bring more of your units forward. Otherwise, we're screwed. So back over here, we have Pontic swords, sword followers, and Celtic mercenary Celtic warriors going up against Royal Peltas mercenary Italian spearmen. I said it right that time. And 2 Shotel warriors, armored Shotel warriors, who are winning at the moment. But if he charged in these mercenary Celtic warriors, they'd have a better chance. So I forget, armor piercing starts working at, I think it's like 70, maybe. So the sword followers and the Pontic swordsmen aren't going to have a great time. These guys just marching back. I'm going to start running them. It's taking too much time. You know what? Let's do, actually, I don't know where the hell my screenshot button is on my fucking keyboard. I'll have to figure that out sooner or later. So I can get some cool thumbnails. Look at this. They're still just plugging along. I was so, like, surprised to see them just completely surrounded and just hanging out for as long as they were. Epirus finally moving up more of his troops, but not actually moving through the breach. Kush is going to move in through, it looks like, the gates with his cav. Pontus is going to take out Epirus's Greek giant ballista. Small little wins. They're important. Now they start to break. I wonder if you can come up here. Can you? That'd be cool, right? If you could traverse this. I'm not sure if you can, though. So I've split up some of my forces. I bring tribal warriors over here. Most of them go over here, but I think I do shift like 1 or 2 units over here. Again, I bring the slingers over here to help deal with the Shotel warriors. But they're into it now with the mercenary Celtic warriors. Unfortunately, they're losing, but probably mostly because there's 2 units here. And they broke. 128 kills. Not bad, though. Athens is now just pouring in. Still protecting his archers up here, though, who still have ammo. 96, 118, and 164. 164, and they still have ammo. Kush is almost entirely spent. Price should pay, I guess, right? I mean, somebody's got to be the aggressor here. That usually ends up being me, too. I usually end up pushing aggressively. So now we have thorax swords lined up against some Celtic warriors. Trading some javies. And now they're going to go into shield wall, which... I mean, it takes down... your melee defense goes up, and it looks like the melee attack too. But your charge bonus, I think, goes down, right? Or, no, yeah, speed. But a lot of these troops are... At least the thorax swords are exhausted. So now we're going to charge forward. And now I'm actually going to bring these guys around since they decided to go into shield wall. I'm going to try and get them around the sides. Athens notices it and goes to catch me so that I can't continue. because my biggest thing was trying to get back up on the wall to recapture this the gates, so that the arrow towers would not fire on us anymore. Back over here, trying to help out these mercenary Celtic warriors against these Chotels. Got my tribal warriors up against them. They're both losing. I mean, they're exhausted. My tribal warriors are pretty... I mean, they're winded, but they're not, like, exhausted. I get these guys in the column formation so I can actually squeeze in between this little gap right here and get directly into the back of these Chotel warriors. But at that point, I believe Epirus does start to send in some more troops, finally. And there we go. Right into the back of these guys. Back over here. Boy, I'm starting to break a little bit. We really need to start pushing in more troops to keep this from breaking any further. 14 minutes left. 14 minutes and 40 seconds. But yeah, this is just a very slow fight, kind of. Mostly because Epirus didn't support his allies as much as he probably should have. I mean, they should have communicated better. They, at one point, I think after Athens, I know that the Kush player ends up leaving, and you'll know when he leaves when his general unit charges in. And then the Athenian player does leave as well, but I think he leaves after like all of his units are gone and done with. And the Epirus player was complaining. I mean, they were all complaining, except for my teammates, it seemed like. The Epirus player was complaining that, you know, like, oh, they didn't let me use my tortoises at all. But, I mean, also, the Epirus player has fresh 2 units of Royal Peltis just sitting here. And Thurio Spears. And Mercenary Samnites. You could charge them in. Whether it's through the gate. I mean, if he charged any of these units through this gate and started to really push just right here, not even the center, because the center's being held pretty well, just on their right flank, this whole thing could have crumbled and they would have had a clear path. And then they could have wrapped around and came into the back. And dealt with us. But Epirus just was just like, nah, I'll send them in one at a time. So back over here, Armored Chota Warriors. Getting completely handled. Now Tribal Warriors, 2 Tribal Warriors dealing with these mercenary Etruscan hoplites. Gonna move my general forward eventually to start buffing some of my units with whatever the one is to yeah, there it is, because these guys were exhausted and now they're fresh. There it is. See, battle rhythm, and then they got the whatever it was, I forget what the hell it's called, crack the whip or whatever the fuck. Back over here, Pontus still just hanging out. Athens's archers still somehow have ammo. I remember looking over and I was just like, how is this even possible? So these guys finally, was it 231, 142. Finally, these guys are out of ammo. He only has 1 unit that still has ammo left. Back over here is all of his thorax in, except for 1 unit that broke and came back. Well, 2 units, actually, it looks like. Thurio spear, who are just hanging out, not doing anything. Kush is starting to break in the middle. Back over here, pikes. I remember saying to my Pontus ally, like, hey, can you start shooting the pikes? And, like, as soon as even before I hit enter on that, his archers started to fire down on the pikes. So I'm just trying to get my guys out of there. And then his guys will start to move up soon and start taking shots on the pikes. Back over here, I have 2 units of Oathsworn just to back up these tribal warriors along and, you know, try and help deal with the picked hoplites, thorax swords, picked hoplites. Athens still has ammo somehow. I don't know how. What are they firing at? Yeah, right into this blob. Right into the backs, actually, which is not, you know, that's a good choice to go for. Pontus is still just hanging out. He probably could have gotten a good rear charge on the Kush general if he'd been paying attention. Or if he had not, I shouldn't say that because he definitely was paying attention. If he had so desired. Starting to bring up his hoplites. I think he plops them down in the center here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. They're going to come all the way around. Yeah, this is probably the best place for them. But again, Epirus has all these fresh troops, and he's not... There you go. Now the Kush general is charging in. So the Kush player is probably left at this point. Athens' picked hoplites are coming out for some reason. Now I'm going to start charging forward my Oathsworn again. Since it looks like, yeah, Athens brought his pikes back out. Same with Epirus. So I was just fighting real hard over here. Same over here. Just 1 unit of thorax swords, basically like holding us all back. Pontus just absolutely... It looked like he went for a rear charge. Got a rear charge into these thorax swords. Not bad. Should have just kept going right into the back of the Epirus general. Right into the back of the Hellenic cav. Shot cav. Catching these Royal Peltas as they come down the walls. Same with the Thurio Spears. Charging these guys. Crack the whip. Second wind, that's what it's called. Duh, of course it's called second wind, because you're taking away their exhausted status. So now I'm going to get these guys up on the wall and start moving them down this way to deal with these Cretan archers. These guys are going to come over here to deal with the Kush general. Back over here, Pontus. This Cav's still just kind of running amok. Amok. Anyone know what that's from? What movie? General's back over here, just kind of giving these guys some morale. Got 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. Boy Eye's bringing up the rest of his troops, along with Pontus. Got these Bronze Shield pikemen. I don't even remember if they even actually got any action. And yeah, this was just a hodgepodge. A big mess. Seems like maybe Athens has left the game at this point. Because now all the units are just charging in. And then it was just Epirus left by himself. Which, I mean, he didn't leave the game after the fact, which is nice. Pontus getting a nice rear charge on all these units, actually. The Mercenary Sam Knights and the Royal Peltists. Looks like he really got into the Cretans, though, which is good. And the General. Really, I wouldn't even bother with these guys. I would just cycle charge the General over and over and over again, for me personally. Over here, it's just another big mess of a fight. Pikemen facing the wrong way. Got these Oathsworn up on the wall. Fighting these Cretan archers. Are going to get rid of them pretty quickly. And then I'm going to just try and... I tried to set them up so that they would throw their jabs down, but it was difficult because it's Rome too. And so I charged them down, and they ended up coming downstairs into the side of these mercenary Italian swords. Over here, these picked hoplites still just plugging away at these Pontic swordsmen, but they're going to lose. And what are these guys throwing their jabs at? That far, huh? They have that much of a distance? Looks like these Celtic bowmen. Yeah, they're firing into this big mass over here, which is good. Oh, okay. Now I remember this. Athens hadn't left yet, but he did start to push his units through. And I was like, hey, man, like, don't do that. Like, the integrity. He was like, does it even matter at this point? And I was like, yeah, of course it matters. Like, you may have lost, but, like, you know, don't be a sore loser about it. Don't just push your units through because you're just like, fuck it. We lost, so I'm just going to do whatever. I think, and then he left, leaving Epirus all on his own. So over here, got rid of the pikemen, Italian sword or Italian spears, and Thorio spears. Getting into the side of these pikes over here. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left. And yeah, Athens is gone. And then Epirus just charges in all of his guys into this tiny little breach. Pontus catches the Epirus's general off guard. He's losing decisively. Once we deal with the rest of Athens, I take these 2 units and come out the back. And then that's it. We're going to actually fast forward here for the sake of the game because it is almost over. So yeah, if it's a 3v3, excuse me, and you're on any iteration of this map, whether it's Headshot or whatever it's called, because I know that they use this map for like X amount of map names, and it's like a 3v3, don't all 3 of you attack here. Really, only one person should probably be attacking this side of the map, and then 2 should be over here on this side, because clearly let's do this. Over here has more of the wall space to attack, unless you want to take the long road and come over here. But yeah, the 3 of you assaulting this, you're giving the defenders a win, in my opinion. Unless the defenders make a bunch of blunders, you're giving them the win. And again, don't leave because you're sour about how the game turned out. It's no fun for anybody. So let's get into it. Ooh, excuse me. Myself, I have 2,401 kills. My general got 141. Slingers 77, 89, 101, and 114. My Celtic Warriors didn't do really all that great. 54, 40, 83, 67, 107. Oathsworn 238, 203, 314. And then the Tribal Warriors 168, 128, 63, 72, 151, and 162. Bryzorg got 1,772 kills. His general didn't engage at all. His Celtic Bowman 70, 180, 50, and 2. His Celtic Warriors not that great. Well, except the one unit, 145. Oathsworn, they didn't really see any engagements, which is pretty good, I suppose. That he didn't have to use them at all. Sword Followers 76, 72, 93, 168, 109, 89, 197, 151, and 274. Nice, not bad. Sledge got 2,245 kills. His general unit got 145. His Pontic Royal Cav 160, 79, 357. Really nice. Eastern Archers 127, 28, 49, 103. His Brunshield Pikemen 19 and 124. Hoplites only 26 or 25 rather. Sorry. His Mercenary Celtic Warriors 56, 134, 47, 128, and then his Pontic Swords 181, 173, 193, 196, and 21. King Lenart got 2,114 kills, 88 for his gen, 0 for his ballista, which that's unfortunate. His ballista got sniped pretty quickly. 35 for his Citizen Cad, 0 for his Archers, 236, 153, and 142 for his Cretans, very good. 95 for his Mercenary Veteran Hoplites, 76 and 124 for his Picked Hoplites. His Thorax Swords, 155, 108, 209, 202, 47, 189, 189. And his Thurio Spears, 60 and 35, and his Pikemen, 79, not 39, and 81. On your Demetrius got 1,509 kills, 26 and 10 for his 2 Kushite Royal Guards, 28, 13, 91 for his Archers, 264, 216, and 214 for the Disciples of Piedmont, really good. Slave Infantry didn't do all that great, 30 and 11. Kushite Slave Infantry, and then Slave Infantry only did 1. Leopard Warriors 40 and 55. I don't really know why he brought them. And then his Armored Shotel Warriors 129, 73, 194, and 112. And then CSO Brile got 1,160. 30 for his general unit, 29 for his ballista. He only brought 2 Archers, which I thought was interesting. 60, 37. Mercenary Etruscan Hoplites, 110, 74, and 154. Mercenary Italian Spearmen, 55. Mercenary Italian Swords, 33 and 19. Mercenary Sendite, and again, he just charged all these guys in, so they really didn't get any type of kills. 15, 21. Pikemen, 51, 4. Peltis 40, 312. That's pretty good actually. And 13, and then his Thurio Spears 91, 8, and 4. So that's gonna be it for me today, guys. If you have battle replays of your own that you would like to see, feel free to join my Discord in the link provided in the description below. And in the Discord, you'll find a spot for your battle replays. Drop them off, and I'll get to them in a timely manner. Other than that, join, follow me on Twitch and follow me on Twitter. And, unfortunately, it is the beginning of the week. So we have 4 more days until the weekend. But you know what? I know we can get through it. So, until the weekend, this is Lichter saying, peace out, Girl Scouts.